Hello, my name is Kyle Power, and this is my presentation on Public Service Management and Leadership for MPA 594. In this presentation, I will go over public service management and leadership theories as it pertains to a scenario where an organization is faced with transitional change and leadership theories that are applicable in alleviating problems that are associated with changes within an organization. In this scenario, I will present one agency taking over the former roles and responsibilities of the California State Park system. Due to the limited resources with the California State Parks, limited funding has eliminated their ability to effectively staff and operate state-owned beaches that reside in Los Angeles County. The California State Parks will relinquish public safety staffing at Leo Carrillo and El Matador State Beaches. The LA County Lifeguard Chief has been tasked with implementing public safety resources at these geographic areas. The management responsibilities for the lifeguard chief for this undertaking will require the same theoretical concept of Luther Gulick in the theory on POSCORP, whereby the manager or the lifeguard chief will plan, organize, staff, direct, coordinate, report, and budget for this increase in staffing to provide public safety on these formerly operated California state beaches. This dynamic challenge has a lot of stakeholders. Some of these stakeholders are managers within the County of Los Angeles, the lifeguard chief, and supervisors, as well as employees of the current Los Angeles County Fire Department lifeguard services, as well as the former employees of the California State Parks. Also, and most importantly, the public that may be impacted during this transition, and some labor organizations, and making sure that this transition is palatable for the unions that are organized within Los Angeles County Fire Department. The thesis that I will use is implementing changes in an organization relies on the manager's leadership ability to promote a shared vision, motivate its workforce, and ability to anticipate potential problems that may arise during an organizational change. Within the three themes used in my thesis begins with a shared vision that must be disseminated from one unified voice at the top of the organization, coming from the lifeguard chief. And the task that the chief has within this undertaking is to convey the management's vision of this implementation and then garnering the support from the entire workforce. This must be delivered from the top, and we will apply some theories that will assist the manager in implementing this through leadership theories and ways to cultivate this merger for the two agencies and into one department. Employee motivation, will apply some motivational theories and possible strategies, and then as well anticipating problems that may come from this from all the stakeholders and holistically looking at the environment surrounding this merger. Leadership theories that are applicable in providing a shared vision from the lifeguard chief and implementing this transition begins with an article by Bunker and Wakefield, Authentic Effective Leadership in Periods of Transition, and competencies that require balance. And these virtues or competencies that a manager must have to effectively provide transition to that organization has some similarities and some resemblance to the Aristotle theory on virtue theory, as well as the golden mean, which relies on a very virtuous balance of two polar extremes of expectations when dealing with employees and dealing with change, and applying them to that transition within the organization. Chester Barnard's acceptance theory, by fostering a open communication within the organization and allowing for informal communication to take place as well as the formal communication, will foster an environment for honest opinions of methods and ways that this transition can take place, and help the lifeguard chief in this implementation. And the mindset of the life cycle of bureaus that was presented by Anthony Downs, and this opportunity that arises to look at the growth potential for the Los Angeles County Fire Department as an opportunity to grow the staffing, have a bigger stake in Los Angeles County as the primary public service agency for lifeguard services within the LA County, as well as Merton and Means to an End, as looking at this as an opportunity to set a precedent to grow the organization, grow the bureau as well in the marine safety environment, to provide bigger and better public safety for the areas within the Los Angeles County. Some applicable theories to assist the lifeguard chief in this transition within the organization begins with Mary Parker Follett's reciprocal relationships as it pertains to efficiency and allowing that 360 degrees of influence and input from the workforce. And this can be done by creating work groups or creating a task force from a diverse group of individuals that may be impacted within the organization to provide that input, as well as the formerly employed state lifeguards that will be merging within the Los Angeles County Fire Department to voice their concerns and make it palatable for them as they become LA County Fire Department lifeguards. As well as Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs and providing the basic needs of the employees so that they can reach their highest potential and performance. This has some resemblance to Aristotle's virtue theory and eudaimonia, which pertains to having the employees flourish within their jobs and their life, and in this transition for both the current employees with LA County and the new employees merging from the state park system. With some challenges that may exist within this transition, will be motivating the generational differences from the current employees that are now going to be working with employees from other agencies, and the state park former employees that are have a vast difference in generations and ages and experience that may require a variety of different motivation to have them transition easily. Value-added training in conjunction with the compliance-based training that all new employees will have to undergo. Some value-added training with skills and drills to get them trained on the same level that the current employees of LA County train at, and have everybody training together so that teamwork is fostered and people will work together well. It will be imperative for the lifeguard chief to understand and anticipate any potential problems that may arise from this transitional change within the organization. And by understanding the theories set forth, the lifeguard chief can make a good decision to synthesize the change within the department. Beginning with Riddle and Weber's wicked problems, some groups in the organization that may benefit from this transition may negatively impact other groups within the organizations. For example, human resources that are already limited in their staffing and are tasked with their role in the County of Los Angeles are now going to be tasked with processing and hiring a large group of new employees, and we'll have to, in a short time span, train them on compliance-based modules and value-added training within the department to get them up to speed so the transition will take place. As well as currently employed LA County lifeguards that uphold a seniority and utilize that seniority to work specific locations may be bumped out by this new workforce that has worked in public safety for a longer period of time. So some may negatively lose their seniority and not have that ability to work where they would normally want to work. Herbert Simon's bounded rationality as it pertains to maximizing utility for everyone may be limited in the fact that this transition needs to take place in a timely manner, and the outcome may be something that is just palatable for the meantime so that the transition takes place. And then you have the dynamic of Henry Fayol's esprit de corps. You have now the county employees that have that esprit de corps and loyalty to that organization. And now we have a whole new group of employees and a workforce that come from the California State Park System, and they carry their loyalty and their dedication to a former agency that they used to work for, and now it will be management's task in leadership to foster that loyalty and that identity within LA County Fire Department. Some other problems that may arise is union groups and labor forces, whereby grievances may come out of the losing seniority. Labor may have more efforts to, or have a voice with political influences to make recommendations for the fire chief and the lifeguard chief on how this change is going to take place. In conclusion, we talked about the transitional change within the organization that must take place and leadership theories that are associated with a shared vision and methods of communicating that shared vision throughout the workforce and allowing the workforce to communicate their vision back to management so that everybody can have a one vision moving forward to foster this and cultivate this change within the organization, as well as motivational theories that are applicable to motivating employees to strive to do their best and hopefully become an outcome for providing the best public safety that the organization can give, as well as the chief's responsibility to anticipate any type of problems within the environment and all the stakeholders so that they can be addressed early and identified and alleviated so that the change can happen in a timely manner and public safety needs can be met. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you.